This is level O, list 2, and we're doing the day 1 page. And in this list, we're looking at the EA used as a short et sound. So it's making it short vowel sound. So I've got deaf. So highlight as we go, as we read the words: deaf, death, breath, breadth, health, wealth, steady, feather, leather, and breakfast. Got some other things that we need to highlight in these words too to help you spell them. So there's a bit of revision. We've got the TH in death, and in breath, and in breadth, and in health, wealth. Steady, you've got that long E sound represented by Y at the end of the word, which is a common way that we represent that long E sound at the end of a word. Feather, we may give that a schwat sound, so you probably say feather, but you've got to know to write E-R. Leather. Now breakfast, we're breaking the fast here, which means you've slept all night and you're going to break the fast of not eating by having breakfast. So this A is making its broad sound R, but you know you're just writing an A there, so I'm going to highlight that because that could be tricky. And all right, let's go back and have a look at what each of these words mean. So deaf, you've got when someone can't hear as well as others, or can't hear at all, we say that they're deaf. They might be able to hear a little bit or a lot, but not perhaps as well as some people may be able to hear. Death is the end of a life. Breath is the air that you breathe in and out to keep you alive. The breadth is the measurement of one side to another side. Your health is how well you are. Wealth is how rich someone might be. Steady means regular or stable. A feather is a covering that a bird has on its body. Leather is the skin or the hide of an animal such as a cow. And breakfast is the meal that you usually have first thing in the morning. Okay, let's go back and read the words, sound them. We're not breaking them into syllables at the top. Down the bottom we will be. Then we're going to spell them, cover them, write them, and then check them. So we've got deaf, D-E-A-F, 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 D-E-A-F. Cover it. We do it practicing our running writing. So check it. If it's correct, you can finish the other two as well. And then go on and finish the rest of that page. This is level O, list 2, and we're doing the day 2 page, and in these words we have the EA making the short et sound. So we've got deaf, death, breath, breadth, health, wealth, steady, feather, leather, and breakfast. So you can go through and highlight that EA in all of those words, and we'll go through and highlight some of the other things we can see as well. So in deaf, we've got a short vowel sound, but usually EA makes a long sound, so we've only got one F at the end of that, so just be careful of that one. TH for the sound, as in breath, and breadth, and health, and wealth. Steady, you've got the Y making the E sound on the end. Feather, we tend to give that a schwat, but you know it's ER, same as leather. And breakfast, that A is making a broad sound, so just be aware of that. There you go. It sounds like there's an R in there, but there is not. Okay, so what do they mean? Deaf means that you can't hear as well as other people might. Deaf means that something is not alive anymore. Breath is the air you breathe in and out of your lungs. The breadth is the distance between two sides. Health is your well-being. The wealth is your richness of life, or could be actually money. Steady means something's very stable. A feather is a covering on a bird. Leather is a type of material that comes from the hide of a cow or another animal, and breakfast is the first meal of the day where you break your fast and you eat food after a nighttime sleep. Okay, let's do the read it, sound it, spell it. We've got deaf, D-F, D-E-A-F, cover it, and we're going to practice our running writing once again. So we do the circle, tall stick, up for the E, wave crashing and over for the A, up for the F, loop, and a stroke across. Okay, down here it says read and complete the closed passage with list words. Eating fruit and cereal for something will keep you healthy. You've got to work out which word from the list you're going to use to write in there. Write the list word to match the meaning. Unable to hear, you can find which word relates to that and just write it in next to it. So these are the words we've used for this, matching the meaning to the word. Finish the sayings. Something as a rock, something of fresh air, something as a post, as light as a something trap, clean bill of something. Try this tongue twister. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, but you've got to try and say it a lot faster than what I can. I've got a sneaking suspicion that that's the new book, not the old book. This is level O, list 2, and we're doing the day 3 page, and in this list we're using the EA in its short vowel form. So we've got deaf, death, breath, breadth, health, wealth, steady, feather, leather, breakfast. So EA is usually making a long E sound, but in all of these words it's making a short Et sound. The other things we have to see or notate in these words is that you've got the TH the end of death and breath and breadth and health and wealth and feather and leather. Okay, change highlighter colour and let's go back and highlight the things that you need to be aware of too. So wealth, you've got only the W there, there's no H after it. So wealth, there's no air after the W, so you know there's no H there. The E sound on the end of thousands of words, multisyllabic words, is the Y. At the end of feather and leather is written with ER, the R control vowel ER. And breakfast, you've got break the fast, is the meaning of that. So you've got that A there making the R sound, it's broad sound R, but there is no R written in there. So just be aware of that. And you've just got the K there for the K sound. Okay, let's read the word sound and we'll spell the words. Deaf, D-F, D-E-A-F, cover it. And once again we're practicing our running writing, so we go D, E, over for the A, loop for the F, and then do your bar across. Opposites, so you've got to work out the antonyms. What does wobbly, what's the opposite of wobbly? And write the words in here. Comparatives and superlatives. To form a comparative, we would add ER, and to form a superlative, we're adding the EST. Because there is a Y at the end of wealthy, healthy, steady, you have to change the Y to an I before you add the ER and the EST. And that's only because, or when, there's a consonant before the Y. Okay, so when you're forming comparatives and superlatives, comparatives mean there is more, and superlative means that it is the most of that particular thing, and they're forming adjectives, which could be used to describe nouns. Okay, combined with the list word, you've got common word pairs here, so you don't have to use list words to finish those off. Verb families, you've got steady, and then you've got to add them in their different forms. So with an S, with the ing, with the ed, to show the different tenses that they may have. Now down here you're going to add the suffixes ly or y to list words to make new words. So you're going to be forming some adverbs and adjectives. Commonly we add ly to the end of a base word to form an adverb and y to the end of a word to form an adjective. So down here you've got plurals, you've got to write these words in their plural form, and just be careful and discuss all of these within your group if you have any difficulty. This is level O, list 2, and we're doing the day 4. And here we're looking at types of conjunctions, and we're looking at coordinating conjunctions. So words that join sentences, phrases, or words together are called conjunctions. There are 2 types of conjunctions. We've got coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. So this page is really about coordinating conjunctions. So they join parts of a sentence. They join 2 independent clauses. So the bird was scared, so it flew away to its nest. The feathery bird did 2 things that are equally important but not necessarily related. It was scared, it also flew away. So we've joined those into one sentence. So this is a good way to remember the coordinating conjunctions. You could have remember the word fanboys, and for each letter there's a conjunction. So you've got for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, and we've put them in there for you to refer to. So fill in the blanks using an appropriate list word and conjunction. So here are your list words that you're using to finish those sentences, and then don't forget you've got to use one of these coordinating conjunctions to join the parts of the sentence together to make one full sentence with 2 independent clauses in it. A comma is used with but when expressing a contrast, so don't forget that. If you're using but, it must have a comma as well.